This week, Lil Wayne finally speaks his piece on the Super Bowl and the good and bad side from the song Watch the Party Die. Let's talk about it.
In the making of a time that's in the making. Styling this hoe. A while if we go the distance. Don't hide us the stove, just drop us for show in the kitchen.
Come get this new edition. The type to run it with Ricky and then push up on Whitney. I had the lure and the money, independent like Nipsey. I keep a mouth full of chicken and a mouth full of titties. I'm half zooming like Boosie and half Lionel Richie. Applying.
Welcome back to the STEM Society. My name is Cole Jackson. Episode 58. It's live. Before I get into the show, man, I want to thank everybody who got into the comments for my last few videos. Thank you for subscribing. I've seen a lot of a great boost. Thank you to everybody who supported my reaction / lyrical breakdown. That was the first time I did one of those. So hopefully I can do nothing but get better from there. But I appreciate all the love, man. Make sure you guys are subscribing to the channel and make sure you guys are still getting in the comments. I replied to a lot of them. So go ahead and give me your opinion about some stuff.
New releases.
This week I only have one album I wanted to talk about. Probably one of the best albums I've heard this year, and I have to talk about it. So Laila dropped her debut album called Gap Year, 17 tracks, 44 minutes long. I'm just gonna make this short, sweet, and to the point. This is one of the best albums I've heard this year. She self-produced the whole album. It's fresh, it's organic, it's probably way different than something you've heard before. It's not traditional R&B, but everything about this album just feels organic. It doesn't feel overproduced, it doesn't feel overprocessed. Like, it's just one of those albums where we have to kind of show love to, because if we don't, we won't get more creative albums like this. The whole album is really breaking down kind of like getting into a relationship, how things happen, and then breaking up. But it just doesn't sound like your typical BS when it comes to like that type of that genre. Like, it just sounds so different, and I love the fact that she produced this whole album herself. She is very, very talented. She's a talented artist. I know a lot of people are like, that's Mos Def's daughter. Throw that out the window. Don't even think about it when it comes to this artist. Like, please go check this album out, because it's probably one of the most original and organic albums I've heard this year. I've been coming across a lot of this stuff. I haven't been listening to any of the new releases because I'm trying to come up with my top 5 albums so far, which you should get that video later on this week. But I had to throw a word out there about the Laila album. The Gap Year album is so good, and I can't wait to hear what's next from her. But I need people to talk about this album more, because it's just one of the most organic and most realistic depictions of what new type R&B should sound like. So if you haven't heard it yet, go listen to it. It's from Laila. It's called Gap Year. It is in your phones right now. Matter of fact, don't even go stream it. Go buy it.
Music news.
We finally got what we was looking for. This past week on, I think it was Friday the 13th. Yeah, it was on Friday. Wayne broke his silence and he actually gave a statement about the Super Bowl. And there's been some mixed reactions. Let me play the clip for you guys if you haven't seen it.
That hurt. Hurt a lot. You know what I'm talking about? It hurt a whole lot. I blame myself for not being mentally prepared for a letdown. And for just automatically mentally putting myself in that position, like somebody told me that was my position. So I blame myself for that. But I thought that was nothing, I thought that was nothing better than that spot and that stage and that platform in my city. And so it hurt. It hurt a whole lot. But y'all are fucking amazing. It made me feel like shit not getting this opportunity. And when I felt like shit, you guys reminded me that I ain't shit without y'all. And that's an amazing reality. So, like I said, it broke me, and I'm just trying to put me back together. But my God, have you all helped me. Thanks to all my peers, my friends, my family, my homies on sports television, everybody repping me. I really appreciate that. I really do. I feel like I let all of y'all down by not getting that opportunity. But I'm working on me, and I'm working.
So there was a ton of people who felt like this shouldn't have happened. A lot of people felt like Wayne is so big of a mega star that he shouldn't have got on here and gave a statement. I beg to differ. I think the statement was needed. Now, did it come off as he was talking more about himself and not congratulating Kendrick? Well, yeah, but we have to remember that Wayne he's been a famous since he was like 13, 14 years old. He's lived in his own bubble forever. And it doesn't feel like he ever really realizes what's going on in the outside world. I most definitely feel like it's better for him to speak than having all these other people speak for him, i.e., the people who are on Twitter. I think a lot of people felt like this was self-serving. I personally feel like it's Wayne. If you've grown up seeing Wayne, like I have, like I've watched this man's career like in real time. There was no other way for him to even come off other than how he came off in the video. Like it's like we continue to forget Wayne don't do nothing but skateboard, used to do lean, and rap. That's it. Like Wayne's never really contributed to the game in a manner of just contributing to the culture. Rap culture, yeah. Rock star lifestyle, yeah. Like he's always done that. But for us to sit up here and think that we gonna get anything else outside of that, nah, that's not gonna happen with Wayne. It's just not gonna happen with him. I'm a Wayne fan, true and true. I think a lot of people started bringing up the debate about people not bringing up Wayne as one of the GOATs. I don't know what circles they are in, but I'm from the South. You know, I live in the UK now, but I'm from the South, man. Wayne has always been in the discussion. Now, people up north or people who are, you know, not aware of what hip hop is like, they probably don't put Wayne in their conversations. But in the South, Wayne has always been in the discussion. Now, is he worthy enough to be able to do the Super Bowl this year? Hell no. We tend to forget that Wayne hasn't put in enough work, even though he's had the longevity in his career. What has he done to be able to grab this situation of the Super Bowl and be a headliner? Half the songs that y'all want to hear, he can't even play at the Super Bowl. Think about that for a second. He can't even use half the songs we like. Everything is going to be mainstream. A lot of the stuff he's going to have to do has to be from has to have features or guests. It will be very muted Wayne. Now, I think the Louisiana festival that he's about to do, I think that's going to be very telling as far as like how he can put on the show. And I'll be honest with you. I think I said this to a couple people in the comments. I've been to a Wayne show before. Ain't that great? It's not that great. Wayne's performances are lackluster sometimes. Hell, they're they're low key boring. The things that make Wayne good is usually his music and the actual songs. A lot of people expected Wayne to congratulate Kendrick on his Super Bowl, getting the Super Bowl performance. I didn't. Why? Wayne has never lived outside of his bubble. Why should he start now? My whole thing is this, and I think people always talk about the sense of entitlement. I think him taking this L is gonna give us a whole year of Wayne, and this is hopeful thinking. We're gonna get a whole year of Wayne actually probably trying to get himself together so he can do a Super Bowl halftime performance. I think we get a new album. I think we get Wayne doing better performances. I think we actually get Wayne trying harder. There's been a lot of stuff in the news about him being unprofessional when it comes to shows. There's been a lot of stuff in the news talking about how he doesn't show up to shows on time, uh, not giving a sound check or not trying to practice his show before it happens. I think that this might change him. whether y'all want to believe it or not. This might change him. I think he's going to get the opportunity to do it again and probably grab it. People are being super cynical about this, but again, if you've grown with Wayne like I have, you pretty much understand he just doesn't live outside of his own world. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I hope that we don't get any more talking heads talking dumb shit about, man, y'all should have gave it to Wayne, man. We still getting that. It's done. Get over it. All these people who are out here tweeting and giving these whole fucking essays about why Wayne should do it, and then I've seen a lot of people be like, he ain't got these. Kendrick don't have these types of slaps. Yeah, Kendrick has the type of slaps that he could play at the Super Bowl. Stupid. So I know I've never really seen Kendrick perform before. I've only seen this stuff on Amazon. If you haven't seen his Amazon, he's got a performance from Paris on Amazon. Go check that out. But that looks good. That looks like a performance that's TV ready. That looks like somebody who has slaps that's going to show his ass. I think this whole back and forth about Kendrick versus Wayne and the Super Bowl stuff, we should get past it. We should get over it. It's done. People have chose the NFL has chose who they wanted to choose, and we're done with it. This pick and size bullshit, man. I think Wayne should take time out to earn it. Come back stronger than ever. Drop the Carter 6 because I think he's still talking about the Carter 6, which I don't want, but I'm tired of the Carters. I think the Carter series is done, man. Like, I'm not really feeling it, but hopefully he'll come out with something better than ever that he's worked super hard for. But as far as like picking sides on this Kendrick and Wayne thing, Kendrick's won. He's the person who is going to be headlining the Super Bowl. Let that shit ride. Let it go. Finally, and this is my last thing. Did people really give a fuck about Wayne being the headliner, or were they really trying to get their agendas off? Because after Wayne gave his statement, I didn't see any of these same people, except for one, which was Nikki. She left a long post under what Wayne had said, which I thought was dope, and I thought that was just her being loyal. But the same people that was running their mouth about why Wayne should be the person who get the Super Bowl halftime performance ain't say a word. I ain't seen them say nothing since. So again, were these some secret agendas to get their shit off against Jay? That's my biggest thing. Like, you should be just as vocal after the statement Wayne gave out as you were before Wayne made a statement. Support your homeboy. What is that about? I haven't seen now one of these people who were talking all this shit about Wayne beforehand give him any kind of justice after this. Support your homeboy after the statement. Stop being lame and stop doing that bullshit. If you got a secret agenda against people, make it about them. Put a name on the bullet. So it's been a lot of good and bad stuff coming from the Watch the Party Die song that Kendrick Lamar dropped this past Wednesday. And it's just weird to me, man. Like, all of this is kind of strange, I guess. So apparently D1, who is a religious rapper, also social, he does a lot of commentary about hip hop. I'm not the biggest fan of how he does it. I understand his crusade. I just don't like the way that he gets down. He apparently got some pushback because of the Shoutout. Here's what he said on Instagram.
This is why you should never love your city more than you love God. So Kendrick Lamar shouted me out in his new song, and honestly, it's been life-changing already in the past 24 hours. That's the elevation. At the same time comes the condemnation. So now they got people, because they mad about my opinion on who should perform at the Super Bowl, so now they making diss tracks about me. They got people saying I'm canceled from the city. They got people saying I better not come back to the city. People I'm cool with making videos mad at what I'm standing on when it's the same thing I've been standing on since y'all met me. People who I just went on their podcast and it was all friendship and love now calling me a clout chaser and mad because we got a difference of opinion about who should perform at the Super Bowl. So the biggest rapper in the world is saluting me for my character. And at the same time, it's people in my city trying to cancel me for my character. The same character that's leading to my elevation is leading to my condemnation. Thankfully, I'm just gonna keep being me, keep serving God. That's what got me here. And I'm gonna just be thankful for every part to come along with this journey, no matter what it entails.
So yeah, he got a ton of pushback for getting the shout out on the song and not supporting his city. So let me be perfectly clear when I say this right now. Never really been a big fan of D1 and how he handles hip hop conversations and how he completely wants to destroy hip hop. I understand his crusade, but the way he goes about it, I really don't like it. But at the end of the day, it's asinine for for people to be going at this man because he picked going with something that made a whole lot more sense than going with the norm. Again, all of these people who are making videos, all of these people who are really upset about this whole Kendrick Wayne thing, where were y'all at a year ago? And I say a year ago, people keep saying, well, he went up for he wasn't, the Super Bowl was somewhere else a year ago. Let me explain why I say a year ago. Again, and I said it in the last video, they announced this stuff a year prior. They know ahead of time where the Super Bowl is going to go. As soon as New Orleans got an opportunity to get the Super Bowl, they knew the Super Bowl was coming to their city. They should have been campaigning for Wayne a long time ago. All of this up in arms, and again, apparently, and I don't know how true this is because I haven't researched it enough. Apparently, New Orleans didn't even want to pick Wayne to do the Super Bowl. So who's at fault here? I just feel like a lot of these people who are so up in arms about a decision that's made for 12 minutes. This is the craziest thing in the world. Halftime Super Bowl performance is 12 minutes, and y'all mad about 12 minutes. Everybody's just pissed off about people picking sides. It's stupid. I don't agree with what a lot of D1 has to say about hip hop. And that's just me being me. But he don't deserve that. He don't deserve to be told don't come back to the city. He don't deserve to have his people turn their back on him like that. Like, sometimes you have to make a choice, and he made his choice. And it ain't his fault that he got shot. He got a shout out on the song. People don't know a lot of this stuff. He shouts out Lecrae in the song as well, which Lecrae had an interview. God, I can't think of who he did this interview with. If I can find that, I'll put the link in the description. Early in Kendrick's career, he had a lot of questions about faith. And you know who helped him? Lecrae. Lecrae was one of the people that actually helped him with this whole identity of faith in God and so on and so forth. This was before they was even as big as they are now. Kendrick Lamar shouting them out is just showing that he's always been going through this journey even earlier in his career. But like the fact that people are going at this man and telling him not to come back to the city because he said, I'm riding with Kendrick Lamar, I think that's a great decision. And also him picking God over y'all. Bro, it's too, shit is going too far. And the cloud chasing is just at an all-time high right now. I'm just gonna be real. It's a lot of cloud chasing out here. A lot of this stuff is just for views. I don't believe half the shit that half these motherfuckers are saying or putting out there about it. Um, Again, as much as I disagree with how D1 goes about handling the conversation about hip hop, I can't be upset with this man choosing God over his city and actually trying to go with the right choice. And where were these people who are so up in arms about D1 choosing what he had, what his making his decision, and now you see none of these same people um giving Hurricane Chris a boost in what he was trying to do for the city. Y'all love the negative, but y'all hate when people go positive on y'all. So it's just it's tragic that D1 has to go through something like this, and maybe he's over sensationalizing it. Maybe I don't really know the full story, but I don't think D1's one of those people that's gonna lie about people telling him not to come back to the city or the stuff that he posted on his IG. I think he's being honest about it, and I think it's disgusting and sick. And it's just a fucking performance. Like, people don't get that. It's just a performance. D1, I hope you get better, man. I hope things get better for you. I don't I don't hate your decision at all. I think a lot of people know that it made sense. So on the other side of all of this, we did get some positive stuff. Ransom and Lecrae both dropped freestyles on the Watch the Party That Beat, which I think is very good. If you have not listened to either one of those, they both go along the same lines of what Kendrick was saying. Lecrae's is more about faith and religion. Ransom is really more about the same thing that Kendrick was talking about when it comes to the industry. Great, great, great Great freestyles, man. Y'all go listen to those. I think I'll post them in the if I can find the links, I'll post them in the description. Kendrick has the ability to give people a way to express their feelings and not look crazy, if that makes sense. I like the fact that he sparked this whole movement of people actually speaking out about the industry. Not to say that people haven't been speaking out about the industry now, but putting it in song and in verses and kind of letting people know this is what's happening. I think is amazing. I think it's great. I hope we get some more freestyles like that. Um, we deserve it. But just like the control verse, man, Kendrick has done it again. Continuing to move culture forward, continuing to get us in our hip hop, just loving hip hop again and getting people in their bag again. I think it's a great time for the music. I love it. All right, y'all. That's all I got for y'all this week. Short, sweet, to the point. Hopefully, next episode will be a little bit longer. I appreciate all the support. But for all of y'all who haven't subscribed yet, what's the problem? Why haven't you joined the society yet? Why haven't you become a part of something that's growing every day? All you have to do is subscribe to the BYNK Media YouTube channel. Be a part of something special. Be a part of the society. Also, I got a Patreon. Join the Patreon. I have extra content there. You can find the Hip Hop Survival Guide there. Another week, I should be getting back into Hip Hop Survival Guide. I should announce the theme of Chapter 2 this week. Yeah, this week I'll actually announce the theme of Chapter 2, and then we'll get right back into it. Okay, so be on the lookout for that. But yeah, join the Patreon. Any extra content goes there first before it comes to YouTube, so you'll be ahead of the game. Thank you guys for your support, and I'll catch you next episode. Peace out.
Thank you for joining the STEM Society.